Is there a giant pyramid buried down in a mountain in Indonesia? Let's solve it out. So to analyze this case, we're gonna use 5 steps as usual, like the past video, and we're gonna start with the hypothesis. So the main hypothesis for this case is the oldest pyramid is located at Mount Padang, Indonesia. It also came with the secondary hypothesis, which is the symmetrical and the geometrical stone structure at Mount Padang resembling an urban complex or an ancient civilization. It is believed that this massive pyramid was built before Ice Age by an alien. Some also believe that this pyramid was built by a king called Siliwangi, and it is used for worship of gods. There are also ancient artifacts found in the site, and there's also a cave sanctuary was found during the excavation. This might show that there were an ancient civilization on the site during that time. But there are also several negative evidence that I found in this case. The first one is the head of Bandung Archaeology Center has expressed that the excavation at Mount Padang are not executed in a proper way, because instead of using archaeologists, the government decided to use soldiers to do the excavation because they think it's more cheap and it's more economics to do the excavation by using soldiers instead of archaeologists. And the rock formation at Mount Padang might be just from volcanic eruptions because the site is located in an active volcanic mountain. And an example for this similar case is the Columbia Basalt Column. The artifact at Gunung Padang or Mount Padang might be just an obsidian cracks or a pyroclastic rock from a volcanic eruption. Because the artifact that I found has no drawing, no painting, no motif, no relic. Yeah, it might be just a rock or a debris from a volcanic activity. So the new hypothesis that I found from the negative evidence is the site might be just a natural rock formation from the volcanic eruption. Next, I think non-civilization that lived that long ago had the ability to build such structure like a huge pyramid like that. And I think it is possible that people from the megalithic age lived there before the eruption happened. Because there are actually a cave on the site, there's an artifact made by obsidian, and yeah, I think it's still possible for a Homo erectus lived there before the eruption happens. Next, we're gonna proceed to test the line detector for this case. So where is the claim presented, what platform did I use, and is it peer-reviewed? So the main source that I use is from sciencealert.com. It is a news resource that publishes articles featuring scientific research, and this case was not peer-reviewed until right now. Now, who is making the claim? Are they expert? So Denny Hilman Natajaya is the guy who makes the claim about the pyramid in Indonesia. He is a senior geologist at Research Center for Geotechnology at Indonesian Institute of Science. Well, he might be a senior geologist, but he is not an archaeologist. So yeah, he is not an expert in archaeology. How do they know? Do they use research? So the researcher drill holes to get sample for radiocarbon dating and use various methods like the GPR, the ERT, seismic tomography. And however, the radiocarbon dating didn't involve cultural object. Instead, they dated soil. So they didn't find any cultural artifacts or features during their investigation. Are there any outside expert consulted, and are they properly qualified? So I found 2 experts outside of Denny Natajaya. The first one is Carl Fegan. He is the author of Hot Cup Joy. He is a professional archaeologist and earned a master's degree in anthropology in focus of archaeology at University of Texas. The second one is Benjamin Williams from Patsan Written. He is an archaeologist who have been traveling for the past 11 years, and he's been living and traveling through Asia, North America, Europe to documenting an ancient sites. So I think they're pretty notable. Is this a shell game? Are they trying to distract our attention from alternative explanation? Well, I think this might be a shell game because Denny Hilman Natajaya still want to convince the local citizen to believe the myth, because the belief in legends and myth is not unique in Indonesia. It is a common aspect of culture and heritage. Next, let's proceed to the crab analysis. So I mainly use 4 research aside the main resource to research this analysis, which are this, and this, and this. And their publication date and their newest update is this, and this. So is the source relevant to the research, and does it answer my research questions? So the main source provided for this analysis is the Science Alert. I also utilize the 4 other sources to support my research, and I can confirm that most of these sources are reputable and they have addressed my question effectively so far. Next, let's discuss the authority and the accuracy of the source. The first one is the archaeologist.com. I think it can be concluded to be a reputable source for archaeologists because it is a quarterly magazine produced by the Chartered Institute for Archaeologists for its members. So I think, yeah, it's super credible. And a hot copy of Joy is the second one. This is an interesting website actually because it's all about exposing fake, fraudulent, and fantastic archaeologies found on mainstream social media. The publisher and author is Carl Vegan himself. He is an expert in archaeology because he owned a master's degree at University of Texas at Arlington. So yeah, I think this source is pretty credible. And next one is fakearchaeology.wiki. This website is mainly discuss a false archaeology claim and pseudoscience. And this website is an ongoing project by archaeology student of Michigan State University. And of course, this website is under supervision under their professor. So I think this is a credible source to use. And the last one is the Paths Are Written. This website shares about cultural, practical travel information from the ruins and monument of ancient kingdoms and civilization around the world. The author is Benjamin William himself. He's been traveling to Asia, North America, Europe to documenting these ancient sites. And he is also a professional archaeologist, and I can say this source is reputable. Next, I'm gonna discuss the purpose of the source. I believe that most of the websites serve function of inform the truth or falsehood of claims regarding the existence of the pyramid at Gunung Padang. And I think most sources are neutral, but the sciencealert.com stands out as it appeared to be trying to convince the reader that the pyramid is real without giving a balanced view by considering both sides. So this could make the information less objective for its audience, in my opinion. Alrighty guys, finally we're at the end of the step to analyze this case, and we're gonna discuss the Occam razors for this case. So the Occam razors hypothesis is the Gunung Padang sites are natural rock formation caused by volcanic activities. And the Occam razor secondary hypothesis would be that the pillar on the site is created by volcanic activities. It is a similar case like the Columbian basalt column. These basalt columns were created when a thick lava flows cooled down after being deposited. And I think the lack of evidence suggesting that there are no pyramids at Mount Padang. So the conclusion for this case, I think the Mount Padang case is a pseudoscience or a false claim in archaeology. I think that's all for the video. Thank you for watching, guys.